Girbeagly!
Hey there guys and gals, it's Girbeagly, and it's time for part 2 of the Q&A video. So last time we left off with Captain So's question, my very good friend Sonia, and Sonia asks, I know that you really like Toby Turner, so what's your favorite series on his gaming channel? Well, to be honest, it's probably his Happy Wheels series, and the reason for that is I've been watching it for like a year and a half now, and every single time he plays it, I laugh. Maybe it's due to the fact that its skill level is a little bit below other games. When he plays like a really, actually good game, I get really frustrated because I'm like, no, you didn't read those instructions, or you didn't freaking go the right way, or something like that, or you keep dying in the same spot because you keep doing the same thing over and over again. But in Happy Wheels, that's kind of the point of the game. It's just really dumb and it's crazy, and I also love the voices that he does. LP Pigman 9999 says, Hey Brian, here's my question. How did you get so good at voice acting, like what you did for Go-Go Nippon? Was it completely natural? Thanks for taking the time to look at this and for all your content. You're very welcome. As far as the answer goes, I'm completely self-taught as far as voice acting goes. I wouldn't even call it voice acting because I just sort of make voices. It's not actually acting. I'm not that good at it. I can just make weird voices, and that's all that I do. I would love to do some voice acting, and some of you know I actually did some tryouts for some amateur indie products earlier in the year, but I didn't get the parts, and I think it's part because I need to work on the acting part of it. I can do the voices, can't do the acting. Jalen McCartney says, will you ever do a video where you show us your house so I can write more about you in my journal, Evil Laughter? Oh, Jalen, you're hiding under my bed somewhere and you're sketching all this stuff so that you know exactly how to break into the house, aren't you? But anyway, I'm probably not going to show off more of my house because I actually just live in a tiny one-bedroom apartment. Basically what you see behind me, this is my entire apartment pretty much. There's a bathroom and a bedroom down the hall, and that's about it. I have a kitchen too, so that's about it. Aaron Roach said, how did you start YouTube? I started YouTube by making a channel and putting up a video, and that was about it. But honestly, I watched some of my favorite YouTubers that I named earlier, and it just inspired me to do the same thing that they were doing. It's been an awesome ride so far, and I highly suggest it if you guys haven't done it yourself. Cryfield says, who is your favorite video game character? My favorite video game character is probably Terra from Final Fantasy VI. Final Fantasy VI is my favorite game of all time, and Terra is just like one of the most badass characters ever. I don't want to ruin anything about her for those of you who haven't experienced the joy of that game yet, but she is awesome. Everything about her is so cool, and I love that a big integral part of the story is based completely around her. Jore92, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Hore92? Jore92. Whoever you are. Hey, congratulations from Sweden. Question, what do you prefer to drink at parties? As far as parties go, I tend to drink a lot of beer just because it's cheap and it's always readily available at the parties that I go to. However, what I normally like to drink is whiskey. I am a big whiskey drinker. I love Irish whiskeys especially, so you might see me holding a cup with a mixed drink or even just straight whiskey sometimes. Connor McLaughlin says, Girbeagly, are you interested in doing collabs with more people and broaden your spectrum of collab friends? I'm sure Bob, Mark's friend, would love to play with you on Let's All Play if you have Minecraft. Funny you ask, because I just recently reached out to Bob to see if he was willing to feature me in the Let's All Play series. I don't need to do collabs with bigger people, but it would be really cool to do it with him because he's just a funny dude. It wouldn't matter if he had 100 subs or if he had the number that he has now. He is just a really funny guy, and I would love to do some collabs with him. As far as broadening my spectrum goes, I'm absolutely always looking for new people to play with. However, as many of you know, I do not have the schedule to do regular collabs, and I have a laundry list of collabs so far. I have so many of them. I went on a collab hiatus earlier in the year, and I was unable to play games with every single person who requested a collab during that time frame, so I'm kind of backed up at the moment, and hopefully I can get through more of them, and you guys can see more and more cool channels on this channel. The Worthless Has Fallen asks, how exactly would you react if a little 12-year-old girl with long brown hair, brown eyes, and whom wears completely black clothes, with one shoe completely torn up, ran up to you while you were walking down the street, hugged you, and gave you a kiss, and then just walked away like nothing unusual in her life had happened? Well, I would probably be pretty weirded out. I mean, that type of stuff doesn't happen to me very often. But, you know, if I got like a kiss on the cheek or something like that and a hug from someone who, for whatever reason, enjoyed my videos, then yeah, I'm cool with it. Mashed Biscuit asks, what music do you listen to? I have a feeling you like stuff like rock and those things. I'm just asking this to see if my feeling is correct, so yeah. Smiley face. Well, as far as music goes, that's a really, really broad topic for me. I listen to absolutely everything, and I'm talking about everything. I listen to classical music, I listen to rap, I listen to country music, I listen to emo and screamo music, I listen to absolutely everything. I honestly dig something from every genre across the board. That includes stuff from other countries. I love K-pop, I love J-pop, I listen to a lot of J-rap actually, even though I can't understand any of the words, and I listen to a whole bunch of crazy European music as well, so I'm all over the board as far as that goes. Kate asks, how many tattoos do you have, and what do they all mean to you? I currently only have 2 tattoos, but I really do hope that I can get some more sometime soon. I have so many ideas for upcoming tattoos, but the ones that I have currently, I have this one on my shoulder that's the Roman numeral 13, and basically it is my good luck number. I've always gotten good luck from 13. It is my favorite number, and it kind of looks like Red 13's tattoo from Final Fantasy VII, so I think that's pretty cool. The other tattoo that I have is on my chest, and I'm not going to show it off, but it's right here, kind of above my nippy, and it is an ASCII art of a broken heart. It's a less than sign /3, and then RLD, which is the initials of one of my old bands. It's a really long story, but basically it signifies the fact that I found music during a very dark time in my life where I was doing some very stupid things, and I just was not happy with my life, and music saved me. And the significance of the tattoo is just a reminder that music will always carry me through things. If I'm having a bad day, whether it be at work or just in general, I can always turn to music and it's always going to brighten up my day. A lot like what YouTube did. When I started my YouTube channel, I was at a really, really low point in my life. I was super sad and depressed, and YouTube has lifted me up so much. So it's very similar in that regard. Now, I've never been able to say your name right, but I hope that I'm not butchering it. Mafiu asks, what consists of your gaming setup? PC specs, monitor, headset, webcam, that kind of stuff. Now, as I mentioned before, I'm terrible with computer stuff, so I'm going to do my best with this. As far as my computer goes, I have an iBuy Power that has a pretty awesome setup. Honestly, I bought it pre-built, so I'm not sure exactly what's inside anymore. I used to look at the specs and just be like, wow, that's so awesome, because it's so much better than my laptop that I started the channel with. But as far as what's actually in the case, I would have to look that up again for you, and I'm very sorry that I don't have those specs. But the headset right here, this is pretty awesome. I actually got this from my friend, the Beta Cat. Those of you may remember him from earlier collabs. He's also over in my future channels if you want to check him out. But he sent me this headset. It's actually a Logitech G35, and it has one of the best mics that I've ever dealt with on a headset, and it has awesome surround sound, so I really dig this. And as far as a webcam goes, what I'm using right now to record is a Sony HD Handycam CX220, and it was something that I bought on a whim just because I was like, I have to increase the production value on the channel before I was doing Facecam with my iPhone. So this was a necessary purchase. It's not the best camera out there, but it's also very affordable. Now, I did go out and I bought a Logitech, I think it's called a C920 HD Handycam or HD Webcam Pro, but I haven't really used it much because Windows 8 makes it really annoying to use your webcam to record stuff with. So I'm still kind of fiddling around with that, but I do use it for live streams, so those of you who have made live streams have gotten to see that. Smokey Josh asks, which would you rather have? A YouTube channel with 1 million subscribers or a regular/daily Twitch livestream with 1 million followers and 10K plus people per stream, both enabling you to do it full time and with you having the best internet connection on Earth. And note, if you choose Twitch, you cannot upload your live streams to YouTube whatsoever, and if you choose YouTube, you cannot live stream whatsoever. Man! That's a pretty brutal question. As far as that goes, I would probably stick to YouTube, to be honest. A, because I'm the most familiar with it, and B, because it just, I don't know, pre-recording and editing and all that kind of stuff, I have a blast doing it. I really do. When I do live streams, I get super nervous, and I know that's something that like sort of comes with time. You just have to keep practicing, and eventually you get better at it, I guess. But I really dig getting to know people just through social media. That's enough for me. Dealing with a chat and a game at the same time is so hard for my brain to concentrate on. Not saying that I don't love doing Twitch live streams, but YouTube is probably the way I'd go with that. SVG Jason asks, how many butts will you butt when you see my butt? Oh man, Jason, you're just asking for the fanfics to be written. Which is fine. They're gonna be written anyway. So I would probably butt a whole bunch of butts. Maybe I'd even butt like this.
Oh, all of a sudden you a bad bitch. Just got a fat ass like it's magic. And now you're trying to shake it like ratchet.
So sorry for those of you who had to see that. Anyway, the next question is from Senwad Camrock. What age were you when you started playing video games? And what was the first game you played? I actually started playing video games when I was 5 years old. My dad bought a Nintendo Entertainment System for himself, and he had the games Track and Field, Duck Hunt, and Super Mario Brothers. And I played Super Mario Brothers so much. I played it that I got a blister on my thumb. And it was so fun, I remember, except at 5 years old I kept dying on the first tortoise that was in the dungeon. The first Koopa Troopa. I've come a long way since then, though, I'm glad to say, I think. Shukri Fadzilla asks, what do you think about Palestine? I hear that the weather's lovely this time of year. Whisper with Eyes asks, what are some of your favorite artists/bands and possibly why? My very favorite band in the entire world is a band that's called Under Oath, and they're no longer together, but I absolutely love them. I completely love the fact that they have a super positive message while still being mega brutal. For those of you who have never heard them, they are so freaking hardcore. They're mega deep, guttural screaming and just primal wailing on guitars, and it's some of the best metalcore in the world, for me at least. And the reason that they're my favorite band ever is I went through a really dark time back when I was in college, and they had just released their album Define the Great Line, and that album got through to me so much, and it just helped me push through all this negativity that was in my life. I was able to relate to the album so much, and I absolutely fell in love with it. And even to this day, when I'm having a really bad day, I can throw on that album and it will help me push through the day. Flashback C96 asks, what other visual novels have you played? Well, honestly, I haven't played a ton of visual novels, but I remember back when I was like 14 or 15, I used to go on Newgrounds, and they had an adult section then. And Richard Robinson asks, what is your all-time favorite video game? I believe I answered this earlier, but I love the game Final Fantasy VI. It holds a very special place in my heart. Even though it wasn't the first JRPG I played, it was the first one that sucked me in. It was the third Final Fantasy to come here to the States, and they called it Final Fantasy III, but it was on Super Nintendo, and it was just the most gorgeous, amazing, engaging game that I've ever played, and to this day I can sit down and I can play it beginning to end and just be completely in love with it. Pop House Poppy asks, how many subs do you think you could have when you first started? When I first started YouTube, I honestly didn't think anyone was gonna watch me. I was like, man, it's gonna be my mom subscribed to me and like 10 of my friends maybe. And the fact that it's taken off as much as it has is just, it's mind-boggling. It's incredible to me, it's so surreal, and I'm so appreciative every single day because I could be that guy who has 10 subscribers, and I would be absolutely fine with that. Don't get me wrong, I love the fact that there would be anybody watching my videos, but the fact that it's so many, it's 2,600 people, that just completely blows my mind. So thank you guys once again so much for all of that support, and I think I'm going to end the episode here just on that note. There is going to be a third part, as I mentioned in the last part. It's a 3-part series just because of the fact that I got so many freaking questions, but I'm loving these questions so far. I hope that you guys are enjoying my answers. Anyway, if you enjoyed this part, please be sure to hit the like button, share the video, and favorite it. Also be sure to subscribe to me if you guys haven't already. For those of you who have, thank you so much for all of your support. You guys are the best in the world. I love every single one of you, and as always, it was great seeing ya. Bye-bye.